It started 30 years ago when I was at the Squire, and we used to call each other Pals for Life, PFLs, because we were in it together. And one of our bartenders had a really bad accident and was paralyzed. So we said, let's have a golf tournament and raise some money. And we called it Pals4Life Foundation and made it a nonprofit. And we raised $10,000 that first year and were able to give him a check for $10,000. And it felt so good.
Hi, welcome to Chatham Coffee Tour. Today I have my friend and guest, Amy Tagliaferri. Amy, I met her when she was working for the Chronicle in sales, and I had a downtown office. And Amy used to come in, and she knew all the buzz of what was going in around town, what new restaurants were opening, really all the merchants' buzz. So welcome, Amy. Thank you for bringing your enthusiasm and your buzz to
Well,
Chatham
thank you,
Coffee Tour.
Barbara. Thanks, Barb. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, it's very fun. So you used to know everything that's going on, and I think you still do. You're no longer, you're just affiliated part-time. How would you describe your Chronicle affiliation now?
I still write theater reviews for them. And of course, I phone in tips or anything like that, if I know something they should do a story on.
Well, that's good. That's good. Of course you do. And you have a newsletter too that you put out now.
Yeah, it's been a couple years. It started more as a sales tool because I sold ads for the Chronicle, just informing all my clients of what was coming up and everything. And it just contains like a little gossipy, little things going on, nothing critical or controversial. I try to stay away from that. But and then I reflect on the past, my little past in Chatham and stories and everything from that time. And I get a lot of good feedback, and it's a lot of fun. It's like 7 pages long.
It's awesome. I've been reading it. And you probably sent it out to a good amount of people right now.
I now have over 400 subscribers because I just send it out via email. I have strangers emailing me now. I heard about your scoop. Can you sign me up?
Oh, great. Well, we'll have to link that in here. So if somebody wants to be signed up, they can reach out to you and be in it. Well, the stories that you put in of the olden days. So you worked at the Chatham Squire. So tell us what that was like in we're going to call them the good old days, if that okay?
Yeah, well, I think they were the good old days. I don't think anyone has fun like we did back then. Um, there were no cell phones, first of all. From 1976, 1976 to 1998, I worked there. And I started as a bartender and I finished as assistant to the general manager. So I always say I went to Squire University because I learned payroll, scheduling, health insurance, accounts payable, you know, all that, counting money. Everything went when I was working there.
And you probably saw everyone in town,
Yes.
especially in the off season. At that time, were they closed at all? Were they open year round?
I was actually there for the whole evolution of that. When I first started, they had to close the end of November. Seasonal licenses ended the last day of November. And then they extended seasonal licenses to include the holiday till January 15th. And April 1st was always the opening day of either license. And then they went year round. But there's very few year-round liquor licenses allowed in Chatham.
I know they've restricted it, which means we play a little game I call restaurant roulette, which is what is open when, because most of the restaurants close for a week or two
Right.
now.
Yeah, but I mean the year-round licenses that there's only it goes by year-round population, and because Chatham's year-round population is so much smaller than its summer population, they only have so many. I don't know the exact number, but say like 10 year-round year-round liquor licenses versus seasonal is unlimited.
Oh, I did not know that. That's
Yeah, I
fascinating.
learned that when Pates was trying to get the year-round license.
Yeah. So speaking of restaurants and gossip, you probably know all of what's coming to town. Like tell us some of the things we should be looking forward to, new businesses and restaurants, etc.
Well, I'm excited about Beacon and Bowie and meeting Melissa, and I heard you're going to be seeing her soon. Kodo has changed a little bit. Eddie's now running it, and he used to own a Mexican restaurant, and he was a bartender at Pate's. So I haven't been there yet, but I've heard there's some changes there. Uh, what else is opening up? I can't. Well, all the seasonal places are back, which is nice, which is so nice.
I know Kate is coming for hairdressing. She just opened, I think it's Kate and Company. She just opening
Oh, I
a
saw that. Yeah, in
hairdressing
front of the
store.
Chronicle.
Yep. And I've met her.
Yeah.
She's fantastic.
Oh, that's good. I wondered what that was. I was going to stop in. And I haven't been to the Mahjong store yet either, which is the newest craze.
It is the newest craze. We had Jill on a couple weeks ago, so she'll be on the podcast as well. Yeah, she's a good friend of mine.
That's great. But I always try to, when the new places open, in my scoop especially, I try to promote to still go see the year-round people because it's kind of a losing proposition for a restaurant to be open all year, and it's a convenience and it's good for the year-rounders, so we need to support them all year round.
Yeah, and some of the businesses that there's some more business shuffle too, right? The Ben Franklin is not the Ben Franklin this summer
I know. And Tail of the Cod's gone.
until the cod's gone. What's the scoop on Ben Franklin
I heard Lily Pulitzer's moving down there.
moving down there?
So,
Yep.
yeah, I hope that's a good move for them because their end of town is the hub really of Main Street, I think. Though the
That may,
Orpheum has kind of recentered that a little bit.
yeah. And the Orpheum has Pizza Shark, and downstairs of Pizza Shark is Quince, right?
Right, right. Yeah, it was fun. I've been doing 1 day a week for God, this is my third year. And it's so much fun to meet the people that come to Chatham.
And you were saying that you were just telling me that this weekend you met people that had never been here before. And that's always such a surprise to me.
I was amazed, yeah, and they want to know where to go and what to do. I always tell the businesses in town that they're all concierges for all these people that come to visit, and it's really true. So you should learn about all the other businesses on Main Street so you can tell people where to go to get fried clams, where to go get that favorite t-shirt, you know?
That's great. And some of those, it's just fun I like to do this kind of in the, not off season, but the early season, just to take a walk down Main Street on a Wednesday afternoon and walk into the stores and see what they have.
It's
Have
a
you
good
been to
idea.
do that too? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I tell the shop owners they should do that because a lot of our shop owners live as far away as Sandwich. There's two or three I can think of. And they go to work just like somebody would. You go to work, you walk in your door, and then when you leave, you get back in your car and you leave. You know, they have to make an effort to walk around.
It is. There are some great stores downtown too, and we do forget, there's ducks in the window, and everybody's always, what's ducks in the window? That's another
I
fun
know.
store
Yeah,
I
you
used
live
to
right next door to that.
I worked next door, and I was thinking when they first launched, I was like, how is this going to work? Lines of kids out the door. It's really, people come from far away to go to that store. And I think Jill's finding with the Mahjong store the same thing. People are coming from far away because there's not much like it.
Yeah, that's great. Talking about ducks makes me think of you and Lee, though. Because Lee was always told Colette how to do this and how to do that when she first opened Ducks in the Window.
Lee was pretty good with business, though, don't you think? So I worked at Pine Acres Realty with Lee Prouty, and Lee passed a couple of years ago, sadly, and Amy and I were on her care team. And she loved working downtown and loved to talk to Amy because she got all the news of what was going on.
I know
With all
she
the
was like, sit down, sit down. Tell me what's going on.
I'd walk in, she said, so here's what's going on. It was
Well,
really fun.
I found out a lot from Lee, too. Lee knew what was going on.
Oh, that's good. It was fun. Well, the downtown business community is really tight. I mean, I feel like a lot of the merchants know each other. They're kind to each other. They look out for each other because they know, their rent downtown is high and it is very hard to make a living. That said, there's some really great shoppers who just love our stores. So
That's true. I think they're conscious, too, of not carrying the same brand or line of different things, the retailers. I think they communicate with each other on that. So there's a lot of different stores, that offer different things.
Well, I think so too. I think of Home Again up, all the way outside of town, and then the Chatham Home, which is the up brand sort of that with just gorgeous home furnishings. So we have a little bit of a mix of everything, and of course, the ice cream shops, which we all hit up as much as possible.
Oh, and don't forget the Candy Manor.
And the Candy Manor. Oh, yeah.
I
How
do
could I
always
forget
tell
the Candy
somebody to go
Manor?
there. I
I
always tell
know.
people to go there.
Me too. Me too. And it's very much one of my go-to gifts. So for buyers, sellers, and my
Oh yeah.
family.
Yeah, well, I send candy rather than flowers sometimes because it's $10. That's it, anywhere in the country from the Candy Manor, and they just take care of it all.
They take care of it all. Yep. My buyers, I sent buyers the big, huge couple of boxes of Candy Manor because I knew they had teenagers, and I wasn't sure they were a little too fit to be, eating a ton of candy. But I thought they're teen, and sure enough, the kids were delighted to get that. So that's fun.
Good idea.
Of course. Now, Amy, you also do some volunteering and you work with Pals for Life. Tell us about what that is, what it's for, and what you do there.
It started 30 years ago when I was at the Squire, and we used to call each other Pals for Life, PFLs, because we were in it together. And one of our bartenders had a really bad accident and was paralyzed. So we said, let's have a golf tournament and raise some money. And we called it Pals for Life Foundation and made it a nonprofit. And we raised $10,000 that first year and were able to give him a check for $10,000. And it felt so good that we made it an annual event. And our mission is to help those in the hospitality industry who experience some kind of catastrophic event. It could be a car accident, it could be a diagnosis, and can't work for a few weeks. Because when you can't work, there's no money coming in, and your employer even has a hard time compensating if you're working for tips. And so that's why we pay the bills for somebody on the weeks they can't work.
Right, and that affects so much of the town too, because such a high percentage of our year-round population are in hospitality in some way, shape, or form, right? They either work at, our biggest employer is Chatham Bars Inn, and then there's all the restaurants that stay open too. So that's a great mission. So you're doing a tournament this summer, or this
We
is
do
it in
it
the
the
fall?
first Wednesday in October every year. We just did a kickball tournament for the first time
I
and
saw
volunteered
pictures.
for
Oh,
it.
that was the first time I saw pictures of that.
Yeah, that was the first time. We want to make that an annual too. I'll tell you, as an older person now, it was so fun to see all these young people that are always on their Instagram out there running around and laughing for hours, just rolling around and just having a blast. It was so fun.
Well, especially in the spring, because we just had our first nice day. It's now mid-May. We had our first nice day yesterday. And so as soon as we can get outside, I'm sure people were so excited to play a game outside.
Yeah, it was really fun. Yeah, I can't wait to do it next year too.
Oh, that's great. Now, how did you get to Chatham?
Well, I grew up in New Hampshire, and there was a prep school in my town called Proctor Academy, and it was a boys' prep school, and it went co-ed. So my sister and I went as day students there for a couple years, and I met Tommy Moy, and he said, I said, I'm thinking of finding a job out in New Hampshire for the summer, and he said, go to Chatham. So I came to Chatham that summer. I was 17, and I never left.
How did you get housing back then? It was a lot easier to come by than it is now, right?
Oh, it was so different back then. I was actually hired as a mother's helper from an ad that was in the Chronicle that Tommy Moy's mom gave to me. She cut it out of the Chronicle, and it was where Maps of Antiquity is now. That was called the Potter's Place, and I took care of their kids for the summer, $40 plus room and board. And they had an apartment upstairs, and I shared it with a college student from Goddard. And I thought it was the best. And then I just got to know people in town and worked at the Wayside, and then I worked at the Squire and then the Chronicle. 50 some years now.
Nice. Well, it's a great town. That's probably why 50 some years, right? It's just,
Oh, well, it had a main street. I mean, I grew up in a little town in New Hampshire. That was like, I still love walking down Main Street, having people beep and say hi.
I do too. Actually, I just told my daughter this morning, I was like, I love this town. And I was driving through and the leaves were all finally blooming. And I just wanted to take a video. And I'm like, I don't need to put everything on Instagram, but it is still so exciting when the town changes, especially throughout the season.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that in my next scoop. I'm gonna make a page of signs of the season, and I took some pictures of different things around town.
Oh, good. Yeah, especially the flowers coming out and the rhododendron's about to go.
You know, all those
So,
open flags.
yeah, yeah, it's really fun. And I know there's some people who are like, ah, the summer people are back, but I never felt that way. I always felt, yay, here comes summer and it's going to be so fun.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's always, I love talking to people, and they always have a story. Everybody does. That's why I enjoy talking with Lee.
You know, Lee was, oh, she always knew it all too. And she was very good about knowing what was the buzz in town too. So that was
Yeah, I
fun.
learned a lot from her.
Yeah, I did too, for sure. On real estate, she knew everything about real estate.
Yes, she sure did.
I was going to ask you, so what is your go-to hideout, the secret place that you like to go to in Chatham, especially when it gets busy, or it could be in the off season too, you know, someplace that, yeah, the lighthouse, obviously a lot of people love to go to the lighthouse and look out. I do too. But is there any place else that you can think of that?
Well, I used to like to go to the smallpox cemetery in the Triangle. I haven't done that too much lately. I also like to go look at the rock where Champlain landed. A lot of people don't realize that down by Stage Harbor. I like to go down and look at that just because it's there for a reason to remember, and a lot of people don't know it's there. And I love going to my friend Lorraine's house when she shows up for the summer. She lives on Judge's Way, Lorraine Rossenbush, Busey. Yeah. So that house has so much history, and I just love going over there.
That is fun. Well, you've seen a lot of changes in town then too,
Oh yeah.
I'm sure. And what do you like about the changes and what do you not like about the changes?
I find myself reflecting on the old days a lot, and I miss, that charm. But you have to accept change. I laugh. I've been out in the boat with Santa at Christmas time from the fish
Oh,
pier.
explain what that is, by the way, because it is one of the neatest traditions in the off season.
Yes, Santa comes to the fish pier the first Sunday in December every year and greets all the children and gives them all a candy cane and everything. And from being in the boat, hearing everybody going, Santa, Santa, was like incredible. But I noticed going out in the boat, because they go down to Lighthouse and then come back around, looking out. First of all, the boat was the 36500 too, which was kind of cool. The Coast Guard boat from the finest hours. But looking at the lineup of houses along Shore Road, it's like McMansion, McMansion. And then my friend Peggy Dim has a ranch still, and you see ranch, McMansion, McMansion. It was just, the contrast was really funny. It was really
I
funny.
like it. Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, she's got a beautiful property too. Actually, Susan's coming on soon too to talk about
Oh,
her
she is so
property.
good. But it's just so funny. I think, long ago, Shore Road probably was more like Peggy's house. Now it's, so different.
Yeah, it is. It's different, and I agree with you. I embrace all the changes because there's some beautiful new homes too. But I like the historic. It's fun to drive around the old village and see
Oh, it sure is.
the old homes, the ones especially that have been restored.
Yes, yeah, and that's good. And you know about an old home down that way too.
Yeah, sure do. Hasn't been restored yet though, so we'll work on that. Very fun. Yeah, good. Anything else you want to add?
I'm excited about the parade.
Oh, tell us.
The Fourth of July parade, they were thinking of changing the route, so I actually went to a select board meeting with a bunch of other people and talked, waited a few hours for our turn, and they agreed to keep the original route, and then Police Chief Mike Anderson had an excellent point. I thought he got up there and he goes, see all the energy from you guys all coming here because you were upset about the route change. He goes, channel that into volunteering. They need more volunteers for the parade. So we did. A bunch of us did. So I'm volunteering for the 4th of July parade this year. I'm going to help along the route. Yeah. And I hope they don't change the route.
Well, you remember so you called it the original, but do you know the original, remember, used to start where they would line up down Bridge Street. So when I was little, the parade would start at the lighthouse and come down Main Street and then turn to go down through town. So that everybody would line up on Bridge Street. And it was actually, I thought, a lot better because Bridge Street is way less in the traffic than Shore Road. But it was tough because it was hard to get around. Those people that lived on Bridge Street had a hard.
Yeah. Well, they don't want to eliminate Shore Road. They want to go down Old Harbor Road. They want to eliminate from the Rotary to Kroll Road and all down Kroll Road. And my point was, I think a lot of the old people that live on Kroll Road are involved in the housing authority, finally have a chance to see it. And there's such a crowd at the Rotary too, when you think, and of course I like to watch it at the Red Nun.
Yeah, well, that's true. You get it there. Well, that's what I liked about the old route. It used to go right by our house. So we would get up and get donuts and go to the front porch and watch the parade go by.
Oh, that's
So
awesome.
yeah, it was, well, it was awesome, but they changed it. So now we just go to the corner.
Yeah, so maybe we'll have to accept the new change, but I just don't think our Old Harbor Road is the way to go. But
But they didn't pass it, right?
they said they're going to revisit it next year, so
All right. Well, if anybody wants to get involved, volunteer. That's the
yes.
mission, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's a good
Oh,
message.
good. It is a good message because there are a lot of people that contribute to keeping this town going in the summer, especially when it gets hopping.
Yeah.
So it's very good.
So tell anybody if they want to get my scoop, it's amytag56 at Gmail. Just email me.
You know what I like about the scoop too is like you kind of focus on different people and what they're doing, and a lot of the local people who have year-round businesses, and now the next generation that's coming in. I know you mentioned some a couple of weeks ago, just kids of owners who are taking over their business. So
Isn't that wonderful?
I think it's great. The jewelry store and the Millie Trucking with Graham, and yep, hopefully we'll get some of them on too.
And Summers cleaning too.
Summers. Yes, yes, yes. Sean's taking over. So it's great. Well,
It's
thanks,
great.
Amy. It's been great chatting with you. I certainly appreciate it. And we'll look for your scoop letter. And, we may have to do this again when we have more changes in the fall or in the summer next year.
Okay.
Hear what's
I miss
going
chatting
on.
with you, I realize now.
I miss chatting with you. All right, we'll do coffee separately.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye.
Bye. For more local stories, favorite spots, and inspiring people who chose Chatham, follow and subscribe to Chatham Coffee Tour and stay connected. Whether you're already here or dreaming about life in Chatham, this is your place to belong.